As the cost of living crisis continues to squeeze Aussies, a new poll has indicated Anthony Albanese is to blame.
In November 2020, God spoke to me, said, there's a battering ram going to come against Australia.
Because that's not a winnable war, I'll tell you right now. You know why? Because God's blessing actually is on Ishmael as well. Even though it's the second blessing, it's a secondary blessing, it still is in force. The primary blessing is with Isaac.
What comes into a nation comes through the gates. The gates are always the church, always. Righteous people.
It's part of the battering ram coming against Australia. We can blame the politicians, but we also need to understand that there is a principality over this nation that influences this nation.
Whenever medieval people used a battering ram, it was to break the gates. Break the gates, because if you break the gates, just push against the gates, break it, get in, and then you take the city.
And obviously politicians are the ones who open the portals. Those in authority.
You know, there's a lot of things that has come into this nation by so-called Christians. Christians in government. Christians.
But the other side of it, as a righteous person and as the church of Jesus Christ, if we do what is right in his eyes, we open the portals of heaven.
There's a battering ram coming against this nation, and only the church can stop it.
Because Abraham thought he's going to make a plan in place of God, and Yah's going to be his heir. God said, no, that's not it. We know that eventually his wife Sarah has a child, Isaac, who's the son of promise.
I do not want to be a leader at the city gate like Lot was. And he allowed what took place in that city. He was part of the agreement.
And that's why we need to pray, and that's why we need to understand, and that's why we need to stay under the blood and start doing what is righteous and seek in the face of God.
As a Christian, I implore you to think, to pray, to understand, to learn, and realize there's a battering ram coming against this nation. And if we don't take a stand now, our children's children are going to feel this. Just like I grew up in a system in South Africa that was discriminatory, apartheid, that vilified people, and so on. And you know, the effects of that is like still being felt today.
But what we do know, we do not fear. What we do know, we are under the blood. What we do know is God is our source. What we do know, we keep on honoring God. What we do know, we keep on building the church of Jesus Christ with him. Amen.